Hey lovelies, welcome to today's episode. It's currently midnight. I know. Common sense should tell me to go and sleep, but I am fighting sleep, and as a result, we are here. So I've been having this as my crochet bag. This is how I bought my initial crochet hooks about 2 years ago, around 2022-2023. Then I kept adding new hooks. Any hook that does not have a handle, those are new hooks that I added into the bag. So when this has worked for years, I feel like it needs an upgrade, and I started working on a certain upgrade. I started working on this upgrade since 2023, and every time I have done it, I had this mind-blowing idea that instead of working with I think the pattern was suggesting about like 3 or 4 pouches on either side, bringing the total to 6. I said no, because I've got S on my chest. I'm going to have 5 pouches, and then it's going to be 5. No, in fact I had put 10, so that it's 10, 10, 20 hooks, my friend. A crochet bag that is going to have 20 hooks. And I was a beginner, so you can imagine at the time when I was following up on those tutorials, I didn't simply know. You know that right now I feel like I'm an intermediate crocheter. So when the tutorial says a single crochet, I don't have to look at the person teaching the tutorial to see what a single crochet looks like. I can easily crochet. You just need to say that is single crochets, and I'll crochet that is stitches. That's when I had to look. If they say that is single crochet, I'll have to look at what that looks like, and I guess that is why it took me eternity. So today I am determined. Today is always. I am willing myself on camera to start on this project and probably complete it by today. I don't think it's going to take me over 1 hour, or maybe it will. This time I don't want to overdo it. I have counted my hooks, and I have about 16 hooks, and I'm going to work on that. Much as I want to grow my crochet items, I've come to realize from the TikTok videos, from the YouTube videos, I've come to realize that for crocheters and probably knitters, the more needles you have, the more yarn you have, the more things you have, the more confusing it gets. Because if you've got like 3 5.0 hooks, you automatically start having a favorite and your least favorite. So because of that, I have grown a discipline to not add a lot. So probably let me stick with the basics. Let me make a simple crochet hook for these hooks, so that we get out of this nylon thing. Fun fact, do you know that in Kenya polythene bags have been prohibited? There's a fine of 1,000,000 shillings, 1,000,000 Kenya shillings, that is charged for people using polythene bags. So I'm putting myself at a risk, but I'm joking. So kindly join me if you are a person who is interested in anything creativity. This ranges from traveling, cooking, crocheting, drawing, singing. This is your place. So kindly consider to like, comment, subscribe, and join me as I work on this. Do you think I will finish this in the next 1 hour? You and I are here to find out. Wish me luck. So I've started off with a chain of 30 and a chain of 31, sorry, and a single stitch of 30 single stitch, and this is where I'm at. This is where we're starting with. Hey lovelies, yesterday I slept at around 1:15, and currently we are at 5 minutes to 6, and this is the progress we have. 1 hour later, I realized I couldn't finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I realized I couldn't finish. Initially, I had committed to start us off. The design of this crochet hook is going to look like a book, you know, one that opens like so. So my initial plan is that I wanted it to be 5-5, because my excuse was the initial one that I tried making in 2023 took longer to complete because one, I had decided to put many pockets, and that is a pocket of 10, and I was also a new crocheter. This time I figured because I want to ensure that I actually complete this pencil pouch, it doesn't take another 2 years, I'll do fewer pouches. But when I counted my hooks, I realized that it's going to be a little bit futile if I'm going to make 5 and 5 in a place where I have 16 hooks. But then later I realized that even if I did 5 5, I could double pocket the crochet hooks. But this is where we are. The reason why instead of doing 10 I did 8 is because this part I realized it's becoming a little bit big. See the size of this pocket, it seems like it will have reached somewhere here. So this would be the mid section and then it will raise until here. I didn't want something as big. This one would have meant that storage will also be another thing when I'm trying to do, especially when I'm out of the house. So I wanted something as precise and as compact as this. Plus, if this is my first crochet hook, it means that I'm only creating room for improvement in the future. You see the vision? So yeah, this is where we at. Let me continue. If I did this in almost 1 hour, I feel like I can finish it so much faster and get this show rolling. Okay? Kindly join me as I continue. Let us see. So to answer your question, or my question in that case, 1 hour I couldn't complete, but let us continue because a win is a win, and this progress is a win today. When I grow up, what I want to see, a project that actually takes one skein. I don't know why I thought this is going to take one skein, but it hasn't. And this is where the one skein has gotten us. One flip of 8 pouches and 6 instead of a half pouch. So now I want to continue the second skein, and I'm not sure if it's a second skein per se, but we have this. Last year, 2024, that was 2024, yes. Last year, when I was in, right now feels like a full circle moment. Last year, exactly like at a time such as this, I was in the middle of transitioning from one job opportunity to another job opportunity, and I was interviewing, and a lot of things are going on in that season. So I remember I started this as a nervous crochet. I don't know why I ended up using, oh, I know exactly what happened. We completed instead of the green, because I wanted to make a tutorial for this. So instead of making the tutorial, I completed the yellow top with that was short sleeved. I needed to complete that for some reasons, and I also completed the other long sleeved sweater. Both sweaters were long time given away, so this one is the one that sort of survived. I'm gonna frog this project and use this yarn to complete this project. And you know, I bought this yarn, I'm sure I bought it so that I can complete this project, but here we are. I'm not even sure if the colors are the same, but at this point I don't really care because this project has stayed out here way too long, and I have a lot of projects that are unfinished, so I'm either going to frog those projects or I'm going to complete them. So like the pouch, you can see that I've chosen to complete but in a different yarn, so that actual project was frogged, and I'm doing the same for this one. And the pile where I have put my unfinished projects is continuing to shrink, or so I imagine. So see you in a few. Hello lovelies, another day, another dollar. I went to my sister's place, and this is the progress we currently have on the porch. I completed the panel in the front, and I completed the back end. I gave the storage a head start because I didn't want misplacing these hooks on the stitch markers, of which I think one is lost, but I'm not sure. So now I want to complete the project, and I just popped in here to show you where I'm at. I am glad I stopped at the place where I stopped, because now this is exactly the size that I wanted. Not enough portraits, but again, this size is enough. As I was packing this, I was wondering if I have mafuta on zero, because when I start carrying all these dolls, this is how it feels. So when you compare this size to this, I feel like, have I done myself a disservice? I will know. I don't think I made this specifically for carrying it around. I made it specifically for storage in and around my house. But then it feels so convenient. It feels like I just want to put it in a backpack and show up with it somewhere when I'm on the road. But I'll figure out the implications of this in the future. For now, I just want to complete. I want to remove my crochet hook from here to here to a sensible storage idea. So let us get to it. Thank you. Because we want this project a little bit sturdy, I have taken off the cover of an old journal whose pages I cut off and left the partitions. So this is what we have. I'm going to insert it here. Just so it's a little bit sturdy. So that is what we are going to have then. Using the 5mm hook, I'm going to close up the sides, the edges of the project using single crochet. So now I'll crochet around the edges of this project, and I'll catch up with you in a few. We have a finished product, and yes, I have gone ahead to arrange the crochet hooks, but this is not the final product. This is just me trying it out, see how it's going to look, and that is what we have. I love it. In fact, up till now I didn't realize how beautiful these colors are. I have arranged them according to the sizes from the 2.5 down to the 8mm hooks and the bigger crochet hooks, and what I've improvised. This is what we have in the back. The cover within here is not as hard as I would love to. It's also not as long as I would love to, but we live. Yeah, I really like this. I really love this. It's so demure. It's so dainty. It's so different from what we had initially. And I've just realized that my sister gifted me this. It's a perfume. And of course, as a creative, you just look for something as simple as this to see how you can reuse it. So I have decided this is what I'll be using to put crochet hooks when I'm going. For example, let me show you. It fits perfectly. Look at that. So I can put crochet hooks, I can put these stitch markers and the tape measure, then put it in the handbag, and we're good to go. So yeah, this is what we currently have, and that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey. If you're anyone who likes anything creative, like I had mentioned before, kindly consider to subscribe, like this episode, share it with your family, with your friends, and with your neighbors, and with your enemies. Let them learn something. Let us stay informed, stay educated, stay entertained. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Till the next one, Bye.